It's time. It's Tua time. What is up, Fin fans? This is it, boys. This is the game that we've been waiting for all season long. Tua Tagovailoa is making his starting debut with the Miami Dolphins versus a very good LA Rams. This LA Rams defense is nothing to scoff at, nothing to laugh about. I'm going to get more in depth with that. But before we jump into that, I got two new patrons. Two of you guys. Nathaniel, $20 MVP Patreon. How you doing? And Carlos, a $4 Patreon. Thank you guys so very much for joining the Patreon. If you guys want to join, it is linked below. But yes, Miami Dolphins taking on the LA Rams. I will be live this Sunday for the game. Unfortunately for me, it's not on TV. Like I said in the picks video, got a little bent out of shape because I have to watch the Vikings versus the Packers is on in New Jersey. So I'm going to have to go either on a stream or go on NFL Sunday Ticket, and I will be behind on you guys who get to watch it live, whether on the West Coast or whether you're in Florida, you get to watch it live. I'm going to be about a play and a half behind you. So if you notice I'm not looking in the chat or chatting as much while I'm watching, it's because you guys already know when the plays are happening, a good play and a half ahead of me. But I cannot not live stream Tua's debut. It's going to be a huge game. But I have my friend Trent here. He's from Rams Talk. It is the Rams YouTube channel. YouTuber, Rams. So let's jump into that. I shot that earlier today. That's why I don't have my Tua t-shirt on. I got my Dolphins hoodie on. But let's jump into that and see what Trent has to say about the Rams versus the Dolphins. So yes, like I said before, I got my buddy Trent here. Rams Talk. You can check his YouTube channel out. Is there anywhere else they could find you? I'm going to get this out of the way. Let's talk about it first. Where else can they find you, Trent?
MySpace. Yeah, I'm really cornering the market on MySpace. No, I'm on Instagram at LA Rams Talk, Twitter, Real LA Rams Talk, and I have a TikTok that I don't use, but it's there, LA Rams Talk.
So we had a very good conversation before we started recording this and found out that, yeah, Trent is an OG Rams fan. You know, I asked him, I was like, are you just a fan since they became the LA? And he's been rocking them with them pre-St. Louis, LA. So if you want to give my subs a little bit quick backstory of your history as a Rams fan, let them know.
Right on. So yeah, born and raised LA. I don't live in LA right now, but I just moved out of LA last year. But yeah, my dad was Rams fan, so I would go to games with him, and like Boy Scouts always got tickets, so we'd go see games in Anaheim when the Rams played there before they moved to St. Louis, when it was like the Jerome Bettis, Chris Miller days, even before then when it was Jim Everett and Flipper Anderson and those guys. Went to St. Louis, stuck with them when it was tough times with Lawrence Phillips and Tony Banks, and then the Greatest Show on Turf obviously was amazing, came out of nowhere, and then the slow decline back down to crap. And so I just feel like, a lot of Rams, or a lot of fan bases out there. I know Miami a lot recently. Like I totally get you. Like after Dan Marino, like I understand.
Yeah.
And then when they came back to LA, it was just a dream. So yeah, I would basically, when they were in St. Louis and I lived in LA, no one would talk about Rams. There was no national coverage. And so I would go on to the St. Louis Post-Dispatch website and follow the beat writer and, ask questions in the mailbag. So I was pretty dialed in even back then. So this is, now that they're good again and they're in LA, it's just really, it's really sweet.
Yeah, man. And yeah, like you said, we both can kind of feel it. There's been that roller coaster with the team's history, Rams up and down, Dolphins up and down, up and down. So big game. I think it's bigger for the Dolphins, but it's a big game this upcoming Sunday. You're heading, short week. You guys played Monday night. Now you guys are heading to the East Coast, take on the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa. It's his first game, his starting game. Would you guys have preferred to face Fitz, or are you happy to be facing Tua, who this is his first start? You can take advantage of those rookie jitters.
Yeah, that's kind of I think Tua for those reasons, because the Rams defense is a real good defense outside of Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. Like the Rams defense is very solid this year. So I think imposing that on a first game rookie, even though he had the bye week, I think Tua facing Tua more, even though like Fitzpatrick is like, you just never know which one you're going to get. Are you going to get the interception Fitzpatrick? Are you going to get the, like, against the 49ers Fitzpatrick? So, and I got a lot of love for Fitzpatrick. He was drafted by the Rams. So, probably Tua. And that's, I'm just curious. I mean, I know you want to know what I'm talking about, but I'm just curious to know, like, what would they do with Tua to, like, make him most effective against this defense, like quick passes, RPOs. I heard RPOs somewhere. Is that something they would run with him? Because then I can tell you just more like what to expect from the Rams defense.
Yeah, I definitely can see the Dolphins trying to keep him away from the monster that is Aaron Donald. So probably a lot of out of the pocket motions, like you said, a lot of quick. He is one of the best quarterbacks when it comes to targeting slants. So expect a lot of quick passes, a lot of slants, maybe even some screens, again, away from Aaron Donald, handoffs, all these things too. It's his first game, so I don't expect him to be standing in the pocket for too long. I expect a lot of quick, get the ball out of his hands, get him just used to and acclimated to the speed of the game. But it's Aaron Donald. Like, that is the biggest thing. And, how worried should the Miami Dolphins be of Aaron Donald? We saw what he did to the Cowboys offensive line. And we got two rookies on our offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 8 sacks on the season through 7 games, and he's an interior lineman. I mean, he's on pace to come close to the record of sacks again. So I guess it depends on how good are you on the interior of your line. Like, I think your center is solid, or
Ted Karras. Yeah, he's pretty solid.
But how are your guards? Because that's really, he's kind of, they move Aaron Donald around on the line. So, he's usually between the guard and center on either side. So I guess it just depends on how good. And also, he's going to be double teamed. So you're going to be putting 2 guys on him, and or chipping him with the running back and or tight end. So, that's really what it's going to come down to. How's your interior?
Interior is pretty good. It's up there. A lot of people want to say it's as good as it is because Fitzpatrick is very good at getting the ball out quick, which they'll just instill that on Tua, especially on Sunday's game. But the interior gives up. I think like the past couple of weeks I've only gave up like 1 or 2 pressures. But again, that's against 49ers and against the Jets and the not great front sevens. And we do have the rookie Solomon Kinley on the right side. So if they do take Aaron Donald and line him up on that right side, it's going to be, I don't know. We'll see, because Solomon Kinley's not a small guard. He's a big man. He's a very big man. But we also see what Aaron Donald can do. But looking at the Rams defense, Aaron Donald is a huge part of that defense. Is there another aspect? You guys got Jalen Ramsey. Is there an aspect of the Dolphins offense that worries you? We have Devontae Parker. We have Preston Williams, who is in there now, Myles Gaskin, Mike Gesicki, the tight end, really doing well. Is there a part of the Dolphins offense that kind of worries you?
I don't know. I mean, because I feel like the Rams, it's just interesting to see how the Rams will match up, because I think Gesicki maybe. Mm-hmm. The Rams, I think if you had to pick a weakness on their defense, would be their middle inside linebackers.
Okay.
So, if Gesicki's going to be in the slot, if he's going to be in the slot, then I think he'll probably be covered by John Johnson, one of our safeties, or one of our other inside linebackers, Kenny Young. But our inside linebackers have struggled in coverage. And that's the Achilles heel of the Rams defense. However, the Rams schemed around that pretty well again with the Bears. So the Bears didn't really get much going offensively, especially even with their tight ends. I thought their tight ends would have a field day, but they didn't. And so I think it's the Rams defensive coordinator Brandon Staley, who was on the Vic Fangio staff in Chicago, went with Fangio to Denver. So he was with Khalil Mack before and Leonard Floyd, who they have now, and then Bradley Chubb and Von Miller last year. He's kind of like a Sean McVay of defense. Same energy, very smart, very progressive. And so he comes into the Rams. And one thing I think will be interesting to watch is the whole notion of usually, like, let's put Jalen Ramsey on Devontae Parker and just shut Devontae Parker down. But they don't really do that with Jalen Ramsey, unless it's maybe like DeAndre Hopkins or someone. Jalen Ramsey, the philosophy is Jalen Ramsey is our best player outside of Aaron Donald. We don't want to put him on an island somewhere. We want to have him as close to the action as possible. So he'll blitz, he'll guard the slot, he'll guard a tight end, he'll guard Parker, he'll guard Gesicki. I mean, like Jalen Ramsey plays he's such a versatile, do anything. I mean, you've seen if you looked at the last week game, the hits he's putting on, guys, like he's like a slight guy, but he understands angles and he's not afraid of contact. So I think you're talking about the defense. It's just appreciating Jalen Ramsey and how they use him in so many ways. Our other two cornerbacks, Darius Williams and Troy Hill, both UDFAs at one point. But Darius Williams, I think, might even have a higher Pro Football Focus grade than Jalen Ramsey. He's really kind of one of these unsung guys that, like there are guys on the Dolphins that aren't household names, but like that they're actually really good. And they're performing really good, but just people don't know it because they don't pay attention. Darius Williams and Troy Hill are kind of those guys. Our safety, John Johnson, who, if you remember in the Saints, pass interference game, he's the one who caught the interception when Drew Brees was sacked in overtime. John Johnson he has the green dot, so our linebackers don't call the plays on defense. John Johnson does, and he's kind of he's our best safety. Our second best safety, our other safety, was injured a couple weeks ago. Jordan Fuller, 6th-round draft pick, who just came out of nowhere and became a straight up G. And he's out for this game. He'll come back after the bye because we have a bye after this game. But he went out, and then last week our other rookie stepped in to replace him, Terrell Burgess, and he got injured for the season, broke his ankle. So we still do have Taylor Rapp. We have some good depth and safety, but I'd say probably maybe safety and middle linebackers where you could attack us. Our defensive line with Aaron Donald is still pretty solid with Michael Brockers, Leonard Floyd on one edge, and Leonard Floyd is not really a sack edge rusher guy. He's more of a contain, set the edge, funnel runners towards the middle, and he still has 4 sacks. Our other edge is the real big. Our pass rush outside of Aaron Donald has kind of been something that's been driving Rams fans crazy because, that's why Dante Fowler was so good last year, because he capitalized on the attention to Aaron Donald. We don't have like a sack master guy outside of Aaron Donald. We do have a rookie, Terrell Lewis, out of Alabama, he slipped to the 3rd round, but he had like 1st-round potential, but he had he didn't play much in college because of injury. So the Rams get him. Of course, he's injured to start the season, but this will be his 3rd game back. Last week, he had a crucial 4th down stop. He's massive. He's massive, dude. Prototype size. So he'll probably get more reps at the other edge. So the Rams have they bring the pressure, and their secondary has just been outstanding. Their secondary has been, outside of Aaron Donald, their secondary has been like the star of the defense. Very long-winded thing, but that's just something to look at. But when I watch the Rams defense, I'm always looking at 99. Every play, I'm just looking at him. And then also I try and find where number 20 is, Jalen Ramsey. Just so I always where's Jalen Ramsey's lining up? and then there's Aaron Donald, and then that's kind of where I try and look when I'm watching. So
And I could
yeah.
fully expect the Miami Dolphins to do the same thing. Point out 99 and then point out Jalen Ramsey, and then, okay, we're going to go from there. But this game, it's a big game for both teams. Dolphins 500 right now, 2 games out of first place. If the Patriots end up beating the Bills, Dolphins will be 1 game out of first place if they can win this game. And you guys right in the thick of it, you got Seattle, you got Arizona. It's a big, big battle over in the West. As a whole, looking at this game against the Dolphins, do you see it as an easy win? What is your thoughts as a whole on this game, and what is your prediction for this game?
So before the season, when the schedule came out, and I saw we had Miami on the schedule, I remember watching highlights and everything about the Dolphins last year, and being like, the thing that jumped out to me was how much buy-in the Dolphins players had with Flores,
Yeah,
and how hard they played, and how they were like at the end of the season they were still like going for it. And I think they beat the Patriots or yeah, and I was like, damn, the Dolphins, like, this is last year when it was like the complete fire sale, everything up for grabs, and like they were playing hard for him. And I knew, okay, going into this year with like a better roster than last year, with that same mentality in Miami, this is the 4th East Coast road trip for the Rams already this season, so it's been kind of brutal in that regard. I was like, this could be a kind of a trap game because it's right before our bye. We're coming off a Monday Night Football game. So I don't think at all this is going to be an easy game. I do still think the Rams will win. I think the Rams are the better team, but I think a lot of fans just look at teams and think Dolphins win.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? And that's not how it works. And the Dolphins are going to fight. The Dolphins, and you know this, I'm not have to tell you this, but you're 3-3. The Bills still have a tough schedule ahead of them. You kind of have an easy one. You're playing for playoffs.
Yep.
You're playing for the AFC. You're not just going through the motions of a rebuilding team. So like that, all of this stuff is the context. And so I think that this is going to be a hard-fought game, but I just feel that the Rams are going to pull it out because I think they just have a more talented roster, and it's also Tua's first game, which I think Tua will be good, but I just think that it's going to be a tough sledding for him this weekend. And yeah.
Trent, thank you so much for stopping by, bud. Had a great conversation with you. Like I said, guys, Rams Talk, go over, check him out. It'll be linked in the description. Hit that subscribe button. He knows what he's talking about. But Trent, thank you so much for stopping by, bud.
Thanks for having me on. Go Rams.
Very, very happy to have Trent on here. If you guys don't know, Trent is overseas. He's actually in Germany. He, like he said, born and raised in LA, but he's actually living in Germany. So we had to shoot this early in the day. He's about 5 hours ahead of me. And when we shot it, it was probably about 11 o'clock for him p.m. So thank you so much for giving me the time, bud. And be sure to go check out his channel. But now, let's talk about this Miami Dolphins. We heard a little bit of the Rams from him. Let's talk about this Miami Dolphins. And like usual, we're getting to the injury report and then 5 things. And then I'll give you guys my prediction of what I think. So looking at the injury report for the Miami Dolphins, it's pretty long. We had Lynn Bowden Jr. and Jakeem Grant pop up today for me. Lynn Bowden Jr. popped up because he had his baby. His baby was born, so that's why he wasn't there. And Jakeem Grant is a little illness. It wasn't COVID related, but I'm hearing he'll be fine to play. Everyone else was full practice or limited practice with Bobby McCain, Devontae Parker, Jamal Perry, Adam Shaheen, new contract, and Kyle Van Noy. But I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be playing, and we need them all to be playing, especially Kyle Van Noy, Andrew Van Ginkel, and all of those guys. And you look at the Rams, Aaron Donald's on there, full practice though. They're all full, but they're pretty much healthy. They had their other safety go down with, I think it was a broken ankle, but other than that, they're pretty healthy. So let's talk about the 5 things the Miami Dolphins have to do to beat this LA Rams team. Now they are on a short week. They played Monday against the Bears, and they have to go from the West Coast to the East Coast to play those Miami Dolphins. So the number one thing that I think that the Miami Dolphins need to do to beat the Rams, and Trent brought this up, that if Goff has a bad day, it hurts their play, and that's what I'm going off. Force Goff to have a bad day. Honestly, I think if we can get in his face, if we can get pressure, and if our corners and our safeties continue to play at the level that they played for the past 2 weeks and get him to throw interceptions and get the offense the ball some more, give him chances to score, take a lead, and have that defense play off that lead like it normally does, I think it's going to be really, really awesome and help this team win. So force Goff to make those mistakes, force Goff to have one of those bad games, and force it to go into the Dolphins' hand. The number two thing the Miami Dolphins have to do to win this game is they have to avoid Aaron Donald. Now, how are they going to avoid him? There's a few things the Dolphins can do, and this is what I was talking about when I gave you guys my expectations on this game, and even in the picks video. I didn't want to go too into detail, but essentially what I could see the Dolphins doing is quick plays. Get the ball out of Tua's hands quick. Move the pocket for Tua, right? Tua's a lefty, have him roll out to his left. Have the pocket move to his left. Get away from Aaron Donald. Quick passes, slants, comeback routes, out routes, in routes, quick passes. And then eventually their defense is going to start picking up on these quick passes. Try to jump them, you throw it over the top. I expect Jakeem Grant to have a pretty decent game Sunday, because they're going to be utilizing him well with his speed and the way he can run these quick routes. He's going to be used a lot. Also, I'd use screens. And like I said, most of the time, if I'm going to throw the ball, and motion Tua out. Get him out of the pocket. Don't force him to stay in the pocket, especially with Aaron Donald coming right up the middle. Definitely get him out of that pocket, but try your best to avoid Aaron Donald. The number three thing the Miami Dolphins have to do, and we were so close to, well, I said this and one of you guys were like, but why is that so important? But it's to run the ball. I'm going to say this every time. I want to get a 100-yard rusher, and you see why. You see why I want a 100-yard rusher is because one guy is dominating the game. It means we have control of the ball, control of the game, control of the pace. I'd like now, hey, Doug, what about Breida getting 50 and Gaskin getting 50? Or what about that's fine and dandy, but I want one guy to just be in there, churning it, making that defense tired. Going to be hot in Miami. They're going to be tired. Like I said, short week, having to cram everything in there. Really push it down their throats, and I want to get another. Gaskin was so close to having a 100-yard rusher game, but we need to run the ball. We need to make that defense tired. We need to be consistent. We need to control the game. Let our defense rest. Run the ball to open up the pass plays, especially with Tua, very good at play action. The number four thing the Miami Dolphins have to do, and this is another one that you guys have heard a lot, but it's obvious, and it's something that needs to be done going up against such a good defense. No mistakes. We cannot have mistakes in this. We can't have turnovers. We can't have penalties. We can't have anything of the sort. We need to play clean, disciplined football. Now, the Dolphins have been good lately on having no mistakes, but you gotta, if the ball hits you in the hands, you gotta catch it. Especially if it's interception. If you're gonna get the sack, get the sack. No mistakes. Especially if we start to move, especially if Tua starts getting in a groove and start to do his thing. No mistakes, and really have this be a clean game. Because I'll talk about it more after these 5 things when I give you guys my prediction for the game. But like I said, and like Trent said, this defense, it's nothing to laugh about. You know, they're 5-2, Dolphins 3-3. It's a very big, important game for both of these teams. I was about to go into full detail explaining things, and I got one more left. And the number 5 thing the Miami Dolphins need to do to beat the LA Rams, help Tua out. Help Tua out. In what aspect? Like I said about the no mistakes, that also goes into help Tua out. Block. If you can, do your best to block Aaron Donald, but if you're going to double team him, make sure to get a hat on the other blocks. The ball hits you in the hands, catch it. If you can stop the offense on defense and get the offense a second chance to come out there and score, do it. Help the kid out. Catch the ball, open the lanes, get the running game going, help him in protection, help him every other way you can. This is his first game. We all know what we're going to expect. It's a rookie's game. It's a first game for him, but you need to help the kid out. Can't put it all on this rookie's shoulder and say, all right, kid, win us the game. He'll probably do it, though. He'll probably do it. He's done it a ton of times for Alabama. He'll probably do it for Miami. But those are the 5 things that I think that the Miami Dolphins need to do to beat the LA Rams. Now, here comes my record prediction. This Rams team, 5-2, right? They're in a division where it's a tough division. You have the Arizona Cardinals playing really well, just beat the Seattle Seahawks, who are also playing really well. All have really, really good records. You have the 49ers in there as well, doing well. They beat the Rams 2 weeks ago. So that division is a tough division. So the Rams need this win just as much as the Dolphins do, who are 3-3. If the Patriots can pull off this win against the Bills, which seems less and less likely with, Julian Edelman potentially being out. But if they can and the Dolphins could pull off this win, it's a huge step for the Dolphins. Be 1 game out of first place, having, not an easy schedule, but it does get easier compared to what the Bills have to face and can help the Dolphins go in the right direction. When you look at who the Rams played this season, right, they're 5-2. They played the NFC East. They played the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Giants, and the Washington football team. All 4 of those games were wins. They lost to the Bills, they lost to the 49ers, and they beat the Bears. Now, Bears defense is pretty good, but that offense is hot garbage. So I'm not surprised they beat the Bears. So we look at the stats, right? You look at where they're ranked when it comes to passing defense, when it comes to rushing defense, all that stuff, right? Second in the league in points for on defense, right? When it comes to rushing defense, 7th in yards, 7th in touchdown. When it comes to passing defense, 5th in yards, 2nd in touchdown. But you have to look at who they played. They played the NFC East, hot garbage, and they played the Bears. So those stats and that defensive stats especially, are a little inflated. You look at the Bills game. They go down 21-3 at halftime. 21-3. Use the mobility of Tua. Like I said, get him out of that pocket. Use that to your advantage. They obviously almost came back. We were all hoping that the Bills were going to lose that game, but, it started to work out. So I'm looking at this Rams team, and I'm looking at how they're playing, and I'm looking at how they're doing their thing, and it does worry me. This game does worry me because as much as I say, a lot of their stats are inflated because they played the NFC East, which I'm not wrong. Like, Rams fans don't get offended by that because I'm not wrong. You don't choose who you play. You took advantage of it and you won the games you should have won. Good for you. But it did inflate your stats a little bit, just like playing the 49ers who beat you guys, but also playing the Jets and the Jaguars kind of inflated the Dolphins stats a little bit. This game is tough. It's going to be tough. It's to his first game. It's going to be incredibly tough for him to come out, right? I honestly, this game can go either way. I was just watching the Panthers and the Falcons game. You would think that the Panthers would be completely dominating this game. They're not. Falcons, at the time of me recording this, are up by 2 points and actually up by 5 now because they just kicked a field goal after marching down the field and converting 3rd down after 3rd down. So any given Sunday, the inferior team, the team that you think isn't going to do well, will do well. So you're like, hey, Doug, you've been stretching it out for as long as you can. Who do you pick, Doug? Who's going to win this game? I honestly think they played some easy teams in the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Giants, and the Washington football team. Lost their 2 hard games. They have a short week playing Monday night. They have to come from the West Coast to the East Coast in a hot Florida heat. I'm not saying it's not hot in LA, but you also have that new stadium. I'm picking, call me whatever you want. I don't give a crap. To a start, I'm picking the Dolphins to win this one in a very close one. a very close one. I think it's going to be a defensive game. I think the Dolphins defense, especially the secondary, is going to step up and stop the Rams defense. And I think that the Rams defense is really good, and it's going to be hard for the Dolphins to move the ball. I'm picking the Dolphins to win this one in a 20-17 win. I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tight, but I think that the short week and the home field advantage for the Dolphins is going to teeter them over and help with the disparity of Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey on that defense. But be sure to comment below. I'm very interested in what you guys have to think. Call me a homer all you want. I gave you my reasonings behind why I picked who I picked. It's not homerism if I'm picking what I'm picking, but call me what you want. But be sure to comment below. Who do you guys think is winning this game? If you're a Rams fan, what are some things that you think the Rams need to do to beat the Dolphins? And I'm going to get you guys comment of the day. Now, for comment of the day, I got a package. When you guys sent me a package, it's from Cheston. But I got it today. It was absolutely pouring in New Jersey today, and it did get super wet. So I hope whatever's in here didn't get damaged. I do apologize for that. I can't really control what the postal people do. Appreciate the channel. Thanks for being a good sport when I take fun jabs on Tua. Also, congrats on the baby. Enjoy. It's level 2 noob. Sean, aka level 2 noob. Thank you, level 2. Dude. All right, I gotta open this. No way. Dude. You are level 2 noob. Oh, I love you, man. I really do. You're awesome. Level 2 noob, I want you to know this. You are the first person out of my entire family, out of all my friends. You are the first person to get me something Dolphins for my baby. And a level 2 noob, I'm going to call you Sean. I really appreciate that, my man. Look, he got me a baby onesie. You're the first person out of everyone I know to get me something Dolphins for my baby. It is a baby girl, but she will be rocking this Dolphin onesie. Thank you so much, Sean. That's not it, guys. He also got me this Mama Jam. A Tua t-shirt. That's right, boys. Tua, even though he likes to bust my chops about Tua, he did get me a Tua t-shirt. Thank you so much, bud. I really appreciate it. And the fact that you got my baby girl a baby onesie, Miami Dolphins, it means the world to me. Like I said, you're the first to give me a Dolphin baby anything. And thank you very much. This was awesome. Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate it. But that's the video. Now I'm all emotional because I got a baby onesie. I got my first Miami Dolphin baby onesie. She's going to be wearing it, watching Dolphin games with me. Hopefully she loves the Dolphins as much as her dad does. But that's the video, you guys. Be sure to go follow me on Twitter. I will be on Twitter all day tomorrow. I have a big test to take tomorrow. I'm getting my realtor's license, so that's going to be fun. Hopefully I get it. Hopefully I pass. Put the good vibes out in the universe. But I also will be on Twitter tomorrow and Saturday, and then I will be live on Sunday for the game at 1 p.m. Also, check out the Fanatics Network. They got the website up, fanaticsnetwork.com, and they have their YouTube channel. And they also help me bang out my really cool podcast, which is linked below. Also, Fan to Fan Network. Be sure to check them out. They have the website, their YouTube channel. It's a huge amalgamation of NFL YouTubers. So be sure to go over check that out. This Sunday at 11 o'clock, they will be live on their YouTube channel and on Twitch, twitch.tv/Fan to Fan Network. So be sure to check them out and call for me. Be like, hey, I want to see DouglieDoWrong. I want to see Dolphins. And they'll be forced to show me. But other than that, guys, again, Sean, thank you so much. This was really awesome. I did not expect this. I really, really, really appreciate it. But I'll see you guys Sunday. Hopefully Tua's first win. But like usual, guys, stay classy. Fins up.